What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I'm bringing you a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gameplay commentary. And what you guys are going to be watching here in the background is just a little P90 gameplay. Got a little headquarters action for you guys. I also ended up getting an MGB in a different match with this P90, which I'll probably use as the gameplay for the P90 guide whenever that comes out. Or not really guide, but my class setup guide. And I gotta say that it's just so good. I love the P90 in this game. I've been using it for quite some time. It was one of my favorite guns, especially whenever the game first came out. So, yeah, I just really enjoy using this gun, and I think you guys will too, especially because this gun has one of the fastest bullet velocities in Modern Warfare 2, so it basically feels like hit scan. And yeah, whenever we go over this class setup, you guys will see that I don't really do much with that. I actually put a barrel on it to allow for an underbarrel, so that way I could get rid of some aiming idle stability. But yeah, today's not really about the class setup. We'll be going over that. I wanted to go over a channel update. I kind of went on a tangent there about this gun because I just love it so much. So I've been officially accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, and you guys will start seeing ads on the videos. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for your support. I didn't make a video whenever we hit 1,000 subs. I just kind of kept rolling with the Call of Duty content and, you know, my video ideas that I've been coming out for you guys. And I just wanted to say, you know, thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel, even the people who don't really care for the content, because it lets me know, okay, you know, maybe some people do disagree with my opinion, and, you know, that maybe they just aren't really enjoying. But one of the things I just wanted to say real quick is whenever it comes to YouTube and giving a content creator feedback, the dislike button is one of the most useless things, because generally people just hit dislike because, you know, they don't want to be recommended your content anymore, or people hit dislike because they didn't like something you said in the video, and then they just don't leave a comment. So you're just kind of lost and confused about, like, okay, so what is it that I could change, you know? So if you guys have any feedback about things you don't like, don't be afraid to give me some feedback in the comment section below, because I'm always looking for ways that I could find, you know, little ways to improve the videos and all that kind of stuff, especially for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, I would really enjoy if you guys, you know, have any complaints or constructive criticism for me in the comment section below. Also, it's nice that I can be, you know, monetizing the channel now, because I could really put that back into the channel. If you guys don't know, I've been paying out of pocket for Premiere and Photoshop, so that's kind of nice that the channel can pay back for the tools that I use to edit these videos, as well as make my thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. I'm a one-man show. I do everything myself, if you didn't know that. I also don't actually script any of my videos, which you guys might find weird. One of my IRLs actually asked me this question recently, and he asked me, do you script your videos? And I said no, and he's like, really? Because of, I guess, how fast I talk, and that I generally don't really take too many breaks whenever I'm commentating, and I just have a train of thought that just keeps on going. So yeah, I don't actually script any of these videos, which in my opinion is it's nice, because I don't want to sound robotic, but in the same way I also feel sometimes I might miss some of the points and stuff that I might want to go over. So I'm going to try to find some ways, maybe add some bullet points onto a piece of paper or something in front of me, just to make it a little bit easier for, you know, video flow and all that kind of stuff. But I try to make these sound as humanely as possible, rather than me sitting here sounding like a robot reading a script to you guys, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm horrible whenever it comes to that. I will sound like a complete robot reading a script, and it's going to sound really weird. So I try to keep it sounding as, you know, humanly as possible, and that is why I don't like to script my videos. Now, yeah, so that's pretty much all I have about the monetization on the channel. Now, I did want to go over some upcoming content that I have in mind. So obviously we've been doing class setups a couple times a week, and I don't like to spam these videos, because I feel that that's literally YouTube land in 2022, is that there are so many creators out there that only upload class setups, and I feel that it's just overdone content, but at the same time, I know that a lot of you guys do value my opinion on what you guys should be running on your class setup. So therefore, I will be still uploading these, obviously, just not trying to spam them as the only content I am doing. I'm also going to have a recoil guide and recoil controlling guide whenever it comes down to aiming. I also have I think I'm going to include an aim guide in that as well. So that way you guys can work on improving your aim, because I think that aim is one of the most important things, obviously, about a first-person shooter, and then IQ is a secondary part. Because aim is going to win the majority of the engagements you have. If you have better reaction time, if you have better centering, recoil control, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to win the majority of your gunfights, and then IQ is the cherry on top, and IQ is going to separate you from what makes a good and bad player, right? Because in Call of Duty, aiming is pretty straightforward. The guns don't really have too much recoil as long as you're making a decent class setup. And you die in usually 3 to 4 bullets or whatever with most guns. So I would say that the actual skill gap comes down to how consistent you can be at this. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who do become pretty good at this. And therefore, what's going to separate you from the rest of the players in the lobby is going to be IQ, which is the plays that you make and how you rotate around the map and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be going over that. I will have another IQ video as well. And you might have seen even some IQ plays in this footage. Now, a lot of the time I do take on some really strange gunfights and really weird gunfights where I just want to try to work on my own reflexes and my own aim and recoil control, where I'll just take on a gunfight that I know I'm going to lose, but because if I win it, I had to play much better in order to win that gunfight. So I'm going to start bringing you guys these gameplays as well, where there's nothing special, right? It's not like a nuke, or I didn't drop like 70 kills, 2 deaths or something, because it seems like majority of people don't even want to watch that kind of stuff anymore, because they just assume it's reverse boosted, which isn't the case. So I just wanted to clarify this real quick. I want to talk about the whole reverse boosting, bot lobbies, all that kind of stuff. I think it's pretty easy to tell the difference between a reverse boosted lobby and a non-reverse boosted lobby, but at the same time, I feel that a lot of people also struggle with telling the difference, especially whenever they're not so adept at telling the difference between them. So first things first, I do not do any sort of manipulation of matchmaking. Now, I have talked about this in a Twitter clip very briefly, where I tried it in Cold War for 5 games, and I thought it was the most boring thing on the planet, because I could just, it was so boring in my opinion, because you could clearly tell you're not meant to be in that lobby, right? Like, the people literally do not shoot back. They are very unaware, and it's because they're brand new players to the game, and in my opinion, exploiting that, if people do it for content or whatever, and are trying to use really weird setups, maybe like use a riot shield or something, just try to get reactions or something, like interesting content, like maybe it's okay, but I don't really care if people are doing it or not, but at the same time, I wish people would be transparent about it. Now, I don't do it because I play with people, right? I don't play this game solo. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. I play with a couple people every single time I'm playing, and that's because I just enjoy playing the game with my friends, right? Now, my friends are also 3 to 4 KD players, so whenever we enter a lobby, it's going to be much different of an experience than everybody else is playing, right? Because I'm a 3 KD player in this game. My friends are 3 KD players in this game. If you have 3 people who are very high KD players and like very high skill players, they are going to roll the lobby 9 out of 10 times. So it's a completely different experience, and I just wanted to go over that real quick, and that's why these gameplays look the way they do. Anyways, I will see you on the next one. Peace out. Have a great day.